I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Just go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
Probation. What's going on? This is Colin. Happy Tuesday. Happy Halloween. Yay, Halloween. Such a fun time. It can be. Sometimes, usually, all the time. Whatever your preference is. All right. I've got a long video today. It's a long one. Got a pretty serious case as now. That's a long one with Judge Shackleford. I've got a couple warm-up appetizers to start it off. So let's get into it. But before I do get into it, please like and subscribe, do your jump kick backflips, all the fun things. All right, let's go.
All right, I got Kayla Dilly. All right, position 2, Bostic, 23 CP 220569, 95 days without indictment. Hold on a second. Got cruelty in the second, driving hit and run, failure to report, stop at the scene of an accident, marijuana less than an ounce, driving hit and run, fleeing attempting to elude misdemeanor, willful obstruction misdemeanor, pedestrian in roadway, and failure to report striking a fixed object. And there's no bond as of June the 29th. Pre-trial.
13 prior arrests, conviction on probation, out of cocaine with intent, schedule 3, 4, 5, 11, 11, 15 for 10 years, nothing further.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Beck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Dilly is 28 years old. She does have a good address on 382 MacArthur Drive in Marietta. She lives there with her grandmother and her children. She's a lifelong resident of Atlanta. She did go through to cosmetology school, and she graduated from the Beauty Empire. Her entire family lives here in Georgia, and that includes her 3 children, all of whom live here with her. She will be working at Burger King if she were to be released, if she were to make bond. We're asking for a reasonable bond, not to exceed $15,000 in total, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Your Honor. And one of the victims is present on Zoom, Latasha Weldon, and I believe that she would like to address the court if the court's willing to hear from her.
All right, Ms. Weldon, if you start your camera, take yourself off mute so I can swear you in. All right, you raise your right hand, and you gotta take yourself off mute, ma'am. All right.
Hello.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you mind just stating your name for the court reporter and then tell me what you want to tell me?
Natasha Weldon.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, the day of the accident, Miss, I forgot her name that fast because I'm still upset from it.
Dilly, Dilley.
Dilly. For her to have 3 kids, that was just wrong for you to just pull off. She hit the car and asked me, can she pay for the accident? And I told her no. She pulled off. She laughed at me, and she backed back, and she pulled off and speed off real fast. And for her to have 3 kids, just really hurt my heart, touched me, because my kids, my son, my nephew, and my niece was in the car, and my son got out in the middle of the street got out his seatbelt, and he was feared for his life. He really was. And a child that she hit as well went behind her car and got the tag number. I got some of the number. Yes, you're looking like you don't know what you did that day, but you did, because I don't know who was on the side of you. A guy told you to pull off, and I feel like that was so wrong for you to have a kid and a grandma. Man, I worked for home care. I am a CNA, and that was totally wrong. That was really wrong. I can't hear you, ma'am.
Thank you,
What was
ma'am.
that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Before I play it, I do want to say thanks to Noah No. He's the one who sent me this clip. It's a good one. I don't usually do Judge Manning. She takes her videos down right after they're done. She didn't for this one. So I was able to grab it thanks to Noah No. But yeah, so many people cover her that I don't even generally watch her when she's live. I watch them on other people's stream. But this is a good one, so I'm sharing it. Enjoy.
Mr. Mount, did I hear? I did hear from you, right?
Not from me yet.
Oh, I can't hear you, Miss Miss Beck. Go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Okay, all right. This is it's a terrible case. It's a bizarre case. According to the warrants, Ms. Dilly threw her 1-year-old child over a 6-foot fence, causing the child to sustain some injuries, physical injuries, and possibly mental injuries as well. But it's just a bizarre case, and we heard from Ms. Latasha as well, the hit and runs, the being chased. The state is requesting a $20,000 bond on the cruelty charge, $10,000 on the hit and run, UJR on the possession of marijuana, $10,000 on the next hit and run, $10,000 on the next hit and run, $1,000 on the fleeing and attempting to elude, $1,000 on the misdemeanor obstruction, UJR on the pedestrian and roadway, and UJR on the striking a fixed object, for a total of $52,000, with the usual conditions: curfew, no contact, and no contact with her baby or the victims in the case, ankle monitor, no drugs, no weapons, and comply with defects if they are involved or become involved.
Miss Beck, is defects involved? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
That's probably for the best. No, I don't believe DFAX is involved, or at least I have not been made aware of that. Second, I would just ask that what the witness testified to not be taken into consideration regarding the facts that have not been brought out, only in regards to her opinion on bond. I feel like we went way far away from what we were supposed to be doing.
Let's see. She's had a prelim, right?
Yes, Your Honor. And I
Okay.
do understand that the charges as they are bizarre. I do get that. However, it has been, I believe, it's over 90 days, so she is legally entitled to a bond. And if this is so egregious, the state can always indict it, and they've had 90+ days to do so.
Let's see. Yeah, it's been 95 days. So no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Teresa, THERESA Longmire, LONGMIRE, and no further contact with Latasha Weldon, LATASHA Weldon, WELDON. No further contact with Danis, DANIS McCullen, MCCULLEM. No driving unless your bond is modified. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. Who's the child with, Miss Beck?
Currently with her grandmother, Your Honor, who is ill-equipped to deal with young children.
Ma'am, do you know if there's a defects case? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I am very concerned that it's alleged that she threw a 1-year-old over a 6-foot fence. Let's see. Let me address bond first. I'll see what I'm going to do about the child. 20,000, 10,000, UJR jail, 10,000, 10,000. 1,000, 1,000, UJR jail, UJR jail. 20,000, 10,000, UJR jail, 10,000, 10,000, 1,000, 1,000, UJR jail, UJR jail. And stay out of Fulton County unless you're here for court or to see your lawyer. Absolutely no reason for you to come to Fulton County, ma'am. Until we get something, because it may be because she's been in here, I don't know, but I'm sure if it's been reported, no further contact with Royal Dilly. We'll let if defects or juvenile court decide what kind of contact there needs to be with the child. And if it's not, Miss Beck, just put it back on the calendar, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Best of luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Weldon. All right, let's see. Jaquana Butler.
Oh, I kept this part in because she keeps waving to the judge. I was waiting for it to stop. All right, there we go. Yeah, that was fun, right? Judge Manning came to the rescue. It's like, nope. You just what? No. Yeah, I'd not even comment on that. I don't even want to say what she did in the transcript of this video, so I'm not going to. We all heard it. Yeah, Judge Manning, pre-trial. It's the best part of Judge Manning. And that she's awesome. All right, next one. Next one is a fun one. This woman. Yeah, we're just gonna watch it. Before I get started, PSE pseudonym. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I will shout out Gray J as much as you want me to. But what I think we should do is I think you should come up on a stream and we can actually walk through what it is. I think that would be a better shout out than me just trying to talk about it. So let's plan that out if you want to. Just send me a message and we can plan that out. All right. Next one's fun. We got a lot of attitude in the next one. All right, let's go.
All right. All right, Jennifer, I am going to, we do have Richard back and we have Attorney Sharp. No, Attorney Sharp will, yes. Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yep.
Good morning.
Calling case 2020-1981 DC, Richard Beck versus Jennifer Martinez. Today is Monday, October 30th, 2023 at 9:12 a.m.
Court will note the appearance of Mr. Fernandez on behalf of the plaintiff and defendant appearing in pro per. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to show cause for denial of parenting time and for makeup parenting time. Mr. Fernandez.
Yes, Your Honor. Between the periods of July 5th to July 28th, 2023, and August 9th to August 22nd, 2023, the plaintiff's parenting time was denied. The defendant was arrested for parental kidnapping, and we filed a show cause, and that was addressed. The children were to be to return, but we haven't addressed the issue of makeup parenting time yet. And we believe that the plaintiff would be entitled to at least 21 days of makeup parenting time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Martinez, what's your response?
Hi, Your Honor. My response is that I do not owe Richard anything. He had me falsely arrested for parental kidnapping when he knows full and well that me and our child left July 1st in an attempt to escape from our lives. He was violently attacking us, to which he just pled guilty to. The kidnapping charge has been dissolved. There's no legal grounds on it. The warrant should have never been signed. So, Mr. Beck claims that I owe him from July 5th to July 28th. Court dockets say he didn't even get bonded out till the 14th. I can't tell you how many times, if I go through this list of allegations, how many times this man has perjured himself.
Okay. Well, let me stop you there. Sounds like we're going to need an evidentiary hearing, and we don't have time for that today, nor am I going to take any testimony today. So, well,
I am giving my testimony. I don't owe that man anything.
We don't take testimony on motion hearings. I'm listening to what you have to say, and you're disputing the charges, so we're going to set it for a hearing.
Well, no, my charges for parental kidnapping have been dropped. Mr. Beck pled guilty to
Okay.
years of spousal
Apparently, you're
abuse.
not listening to what I'm saying. On this motion, you're disputing and contesting the motion, so we'll have to have a hearing and take testimony and evidence at that particular time. So that's what we'll do in this particular matter. We'll set it for an evidentiary hearing, and we'll be able to take the evidence at that particular
Your
time.
Honor, I would just like to note that I have a child to take care of. Mr. Beck has brought me to court numerous times for these frivolous motions. Is this an attempt to see me since, I've gone no contact with him? The only time that Mr. Beck has had access to me is through your court on these Zoom hearings. I mean, how much longer are you going to allow his continued domestic abuse to continue through your courtroom?
Okay, ma'am, everybody has a right to file pleadings in a particular case. If
I
there's
get that, but I also have civil rights to be protected from my abuser.
Ma'am,
And false allegations.
Ma'am, he has a right to file pleadings. The attorney has filed pleadings on his behalf. The court has to address those. You may not like it, but legally he's entitled to do that. So the court will listen to the motion when they properly file that. So we're going to set it for an evidentiary hearing, and we'll take testimony at that time. Okay?
This man needs to move on with his life and leave me the hell alone.
Ma'am, court will conclude this matter at 9:15 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It starts at dusk and ends at 9 p.m. I don't know about you guys, but all year long I'm knocking on the neighbors' doors asking for candy. I didn't know that was a one-day thing. That's what I've done. It works sometimes. So yeah, that's what you learn as an adult. You can just always knock on doors and ask for candy, right? All right. Excuse me. This next one it's a shorter one. It's a funny one to get you ready for the real serious case with Judge Shackleford. But this one's fun. All right, let's go.
Okay, and obviously you could keep that in your little bag of tricks, and every time you want to send us something, that is the email to the courtroom.
Okay, thank you. Little bag of tricks.
I was a little Felix the Cat fan when I was a kid. Huh? My clerk says I'm old and nobody else knows about Felix the Cat. So,
I did not say. I have sent the email address to both the attorney and the client.
Thank you. I'm just
attorney. I don't mean for you to be the arbiter between me and my clerk here, but do you know who Felix the Cat is?
No, but I can try to make a guess with context.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm really feeling old right now, but it was this cat, and he had a little checkered little bag, and he could take the bag and he can make it into anything. So if he was at water, he just turned it into a sailboat or a plane or whatever, and or he could pull anything out of the bag that he needed for the situation. And I'm officially feeling very old right now. So.
Felix the Cat. The wonderful.
You know the song.
Yeah.
No, that was Attorney Cameron.
Oh, that was Attorney
that
Cameron.
was
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you to Attorney Cameron. So, all right, Mr. Irons, we'll see you on November the 30th at 9 a.m. Stay safe, sir. Counsel, is always good to see you.
Good to
Even
see you
if
as well.
You don't know who Felix that is, but you can Google it. Have a great day.
Thank you to your staff as well. They're great.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. Mr. Irons, you can log off.
At least a week before that, but it'd be best as soon as they tell you you can get into class, get it and get it over with.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you'll come back on a date we talked about.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Attorney Cameron, what do we have now?
That's the best I could do on short notice from my background.
You you trying to push me to retirement. But you know what? Felix without his bag of tricks is not Felix.
Right.
You gotta have the little polka dot doctor's bag with him. You know, he could get into a situation, he reach into his bag, or he just turn his bag into a sailboat or airplane or whatever it turn. That's what we all need.
Yeah.
Bob,
All right, I got a couple. Before we do that, I got a couple of files in front of me.
All right. Yeah, we need a little palate, a little smile, a little comic relief before this next clip. Just nice and serious, but it's wild. It's wild and it's a little long. So if you need to refill your water, make your popcorn. This one's a little bit longer. I don't really remember exactly how long this clip is, but I'm gonna say it's in between 30 and 40 minutes. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. If you want to donate, the link's in the description. But let's go.
Okay, this is 23-2102, the state of Michigan versus Charles Danner. Can I get appearances?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Shadran on behalf of the people, P86332.
May it please the court, Your Honor. Tyrone Baker, P number 62647. Appearing on behalf of Mr. Charles Danner, who's present to my right, Your Honor. Good.
All right, thank you. Are the people ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge, the people are ready to proceed at this time.
Okay, are there any preliminary matters?
Judge, the people are requesting a mutual sequestration order of any and all potential witnesses with an exception to the OIC who was present in court today, Detective Bob.
And I would join in that motion, Your Honor. I know that there's several family members, et cetera, here. So I would also join that matter. Obviously, the court position.
Okay, yeah, we have two victims advocates and I believe the complainant in the courtroom. So, and we are on YouTube, but to the extent I can control it, I certainly am granting the order for sequestration. Is there any issue with the exception for Detective Oliver?
No.
All right, are there any stipulations between the parties? None? Okay. All right, so call your first witness.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, the people call their first witness, Monica Patton, to the stand.
All right, Ms. Patton, come on up. So, Ms. Patton, follow the court officer there, okay? We're gonna have you come up and have a seat up here. So, Ms. Patton, can you look at me and raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, so Ms. Patton, I want you to have a seat in that chair. You are going to have to speak loud and clear. You have kind of a quiet voice, so scoot on up and get close to that microphone. I want you to say your first and last name, and then I want you to spell your first name.
Thank you. Monica Patton, MONICA,
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Shadron.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, ma'am. Can you
Real quick, just to set this up, I think this is a probable cause conference. I think it is. So the woman on the stand right now is the victim of the crime, and she's not an easy witness. You'll see as it goes on. It's tough. It's tough to get through it, but they get through it. And what Judge Shackleford says at the end is amazing. Well, not amazing, but it's good. It's good. So I'm going to try to pause it as little as possible during her talking. So yeah, maybe one more time. But like I said, this is a long clip, so I do have to pause it a few times. So let's go.
please restate your name for the record?
Monica Patton.
Okay, and Ms. Patton, I'm going to take you back to the date of 9/22/2023. You remember this date?
Yeah.
Were you at the location of 20247 Empire Street in the city of Taylor, County of Wayne?
Yeah.
Can you speak a little louder, get closer to the mic? And what's at that location?
We were having a bonfire.
Okay, you indicated we. Who's we?
Me and Corey.
And I'm sorry?
Charles Danner.
Okay, and you see that individual in court today?
Yeah.
Could you please state where he is seated in an article of clothing that he's wearing?
Right there. In his inmate clothes.
Okay, can you describe the clothing?
Green.
Judge, let the record reflect the identification of the defendant in this case.
The record will so reflect.
Okay, and how are you familiar with this individual?
It's one of my exes.
Okay, and at the time of on this specific date, what if anything happened while you guys were at the bonfire?
We got into an argument and he caught me on fire. Said.
Okay, let me stop you there. You indicated that you guys got into an argument.
Yeah.
Is this why you guys were around the bonfire?
Because I wanted to leave. Yeah.
You indicated home or?
I wanted to grab my stuff and go.
Okay, and where was your?
One second, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I know seems silly, but we have to make a court record and the court recorder can hardly hear
I
you.
wanted to go. I wanted to grab my bags out the bag and go.
All right, can you go ahead and, I know it's weird to stand and talk into that microphone, but I need you to. Okay, go ahead. I heard the answer. Next question.
So you indicated you wanted to grab your stuff and go. Where was your stuff?
It was in the back of the van, and I had some in the back of his house.
Okay, so were these your personal belongings?
Yes.
So were they inside of his vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's he?
Charles Danner.
Okay.
And did you attempt to grab those items?
Yes.
Okay, and what if anything happened when you attempted to grab those items?
I just let him go because if not, it was gonna be a problem, then he doused me with gas.
Okay, so did you proceeded to the vehicle?
I was in the vehicle.
Okay, and where was your personal belongings?
In the back.
Okay, so did you attempt to grab those?
Yeah.
Were you in the vehicle, like in the back of the vehicle? Where were you?
Passenger seat.
Okay.
And what if anything happened at that point?
He doused gas on me.
Okay. Gas, so where did he get that gas from?
Who's
Right
he?
in the middle, Charles Danner.
Okay, so where'd you say he got that gas from, or the defendant got the gas from?
Right up front.
Okay,
And then there was more gas behind him.
Was this in a
That he's
can?
trying to lie.
Ma'am, just answer the question that I asked.
Yeah, it was in gray and white thing, or gray and black. I don't remember, like
Okay.
I know it was gray.
So you indicated that he poured the gas on you?
Yeah,
Okay, how did you know that it was in fact gas?
because I was on fire and I hopped out and.
First, how did you in fact know that it was gas?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, so at that point, what did he do when he poured that
He
substance
said,
on?
I'm going to hell and you're going to heaven.
Okay, and
With my mom.
what if anything happened next?
He, I hopped out, I rolled, and I couldn't go
So
out.
back up to that. After he poured the gas on you, what if anything did he do next?
He lit me on fire
Okay, how did he do that?
with a lighter.
Okay. So at that point, when where did the gasoline strike your body?
On my left leg, soaked in.
Okay,
And
and,
my dress,
okay. And at that point, you indicated that you were on fire?
yeah, I was on fire, I could not go out.
Okay, and what did you do next?
I tried to drop and roll.
I'm sorry, man. I just couldn't hear the last answer.
I dropped and rolled.
No, right before that.
I thought she said she couldn't put it out or it couldn't, she
Yeah, I
couldn't
was
be.
dropping and rolling, it was not
No,
going out.
no, that's not the question. The previous question.
What was the question?
She said that she got out or something to the effect of.
All right, Miss Maudlin, can you,
I'm sorry, yes.
1 second, everyone pause. Miss Maudlin, can you go back and tell us what the last two questions were and what the answer was, if you can hear them?
Pseudo, yeah. This was yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning. It was later in the, it might have been afternoon. I don't know, but it was on her docket yesterday. But yeah, it's not over. It gets crazy.
Just maybe 20 or 30 seconds.
Thank you.
And I'm letting Tracy know.
Yeah, I forgot I left in the pauses. I didn't edit this at all besides taking out the beginning and ending. I could have probably just talked during now instead of pausing it. Penny, I don't know if there were a couple. I don't know if they said, she said it at the beginning, but she mumbles and she doesn't talk very clear. So I don't know if she said it's just a friend. I don't remember what she said at the beginning. They're reading back the record right now, I think, is what's going on. Yeah, I don't remember this pause being this long. Sorry, guys. I know the second I fast forward it, then I'm going to skip a lot of things. So we're just going to hang in there. Phil, yeah. I agree with that, Phil.
What did you do next? And she said, I dropped and rolled. What's the question right before that? What did you do next? I dropped and rolled. The question right before that we're looking for. And we're while she's looking for that, we're on a 2-minute recess. Okay.
All right. I know I didn't fast forward through this. Wow. The judge literally just left the courtroom. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try to fast forward. I'll try to see if I can't do it. What is he? All right. All right. Okay, quickly.
No, Your Honor, we can make a record.
Okay.
This is the best I could have done. I heard what I was looking for.
All right. So we're on. So Mr. Bicker, you had a chance to actually listen to the audio.
I did, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm satisfied.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on. Miss Patton, you doing okay? Do you need a drink of water?
Get closer to the mic.
Okay, I'm gonna get you one. Go ahead and, can you, Officer Aubrey?
It's a really long video, and I didn't watch it more than once. So when I grabbed the clip, and so I wasn't listening to the full thing yesterday. So I'm watching a lot of this for the first time with you guys. That's why. So yeah, I didn't play through the 45 minute hearing when I was editing the video. So there might be a couple more of those. I really don't know, but I'll do my best to fast forward them.
Get her a little cup of water and, go ahead, Mr. Shajar. Thank you. We're back on.
And Ms. Patton, get as closest to the mic as you can, okay? Okay, so you indicated prior to that, you got out of the car and you proceeded to.
Yeah.
Okay, and at that time what part of your body was on fire?
My dress all the way up to here in my waist.
Okay, and were you in fear of your life at that time?
Yes.
Okay, and after that, what if anything happened as you were rolling?
I couldn't go out.
So it continued to stay on fire, your leg?
Until old boy came and put me out with the sweater.
Okay, you indicated old boy. Who's old boy?
So,
are you familiar with this individual?
yeah, she's willing to come in and be with me.
Okay.
Who was it?
Solo.
Solo?
Correct.
Okay.
So he attempted to aid you? How did he do so?
He wet the sweater and then he put it over me.
Okay, and at that point, was the fire put out?
Yeah.
Okay, and were you on the ground at this time?
No, I got up.
Okay, you got
I
up.
was running down the street.
So you got up and you started running down the street. Where'd you run to?
I ran to PK. And then we called this.
Matt.
Wait, one second.
One question at a time. You indicated that you ran to BK. What's BK?
Just there was some, sprinklers and he wiped the sweater back down.
Okay, so at that point, what if anything did you do next?
I called Monica. She said I was still lying. And she said.
Ma'am, there's no questions. I'm gonna ask you the questions and you just answer them, okay? One at a time. So you indicated that you went to BK. Who's BK?
Burger King.
Okay, and at that point, what happened when you got to the Burger King?
I called his sister. And, well, no.
Whose sister?
His sister, Monica.
Whose sister?
Whose sister?
Charles Daners.
Okay.
Well, so did I didn't.
Okay.
Ma'am, can I ask, I'm sorry, Mr. Shadra, we're trying to make a record. Are you saying Solo, like Han Solo, S-O-L-O?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, so at that point, what happened next after that phone call?
He wet the sweater down, put it around me.
Who's
trying-
he?
So he was trying to get his sister to understand. I was just caught on fire. She said some pictures, which we didn't. She said I was the line.
Okay, so at that point, were you able to get some type of aid in regards to your leg?
Yeah, he wet the sweater back down and covered me back up again.
Okay, and then at that point, what if anything happened next?
He talked to Monica because I.
Who's he?
So then we just walked to the gas station.
Okay, you walked to what gas station?
I think it's Marathon.
Okay, and then when you got to the gas station, what if anything did happen next?
There's this bum there, he seen I needed clothes, he asked me if I needed a pair of pants, and I said, yeah.
Okay, because at that point were your pants off or?
I had a sweater on,
Okay,
and I was open the whole side.
so were you able to cover yourself at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, and after that, what if anything happened next?
I started walking back towards the fire, but like out of the way, and he came that way.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Charles Davis.
Okay, so he then came to your, okay, so what did he do when he got to you?
No, I'm sorry.
What was the last word she just said? I didn't.
They're talking to each other.
Wait. No, go. I just didn't hear. She said like one word, but I didn't hear what it was.
Judge,
He came looking for me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so did he end up?
And I would object to the characterization that he came looking for me. She can describe where he was at, what he did. He came looking for me indicates a certain intent that.
All right. Well, maybe Mr. Shadra can ask her why she thought that.
Fair enough. Why did you believe that he was coming after him?
Because he was coming towards me.
So did he say anything when he got to you?
Basically, I don't remember, like, I can't remember.
Okay. So at that point, what if anything
All right.
happened?
Mr. Shadra, I am not trying to break up your direct exam. I apologize, but I just had two people. One second, Miss Patton, look at me. When I talk, everybody stops talking, okay? That when I'm talking, we all gotta stop because I have to run a courtroom. I just had two people come in the courtroom.
Yeah, her mother.
All right, did you talk to her about this incident?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Bickert, we'll ask the witness the questions.
I don't know.
Officer Long, can you scooch over just a second? All right, everybody, let's go through it. You're her mother, sir, who are you?
That's my boyfriend.
Okay, and behind there,
I'm
ma'am?
her aunt.
All right,
We're not a witness for this.
all right, hold on one second. We have to make a record. We have to do this right. Mom, can you tell me your name?
Kathleen Marie Boyce.
How do you spell that last name?
Boyce.
Okay, sir, I need your name.
Curtis Moore.
Curtis Moore. Okay, Moore. All right, ma'am in the pink, can you tell me your name?
Georgina Boyce, Boice.
B-O-I?
Why?
B-O-Y-C-E. Okay, sir, with the hat?
No.
Now, no hat?
Enderley, Inderlied.
L-I-E-D? Okay, and ma'am?
Loretta Boyce, Monica's grandmother.
Okay, we're in the middle of the exam. You have a right, we're open to the public, but we also have a sequestration order. So if you're a witness to the case, if you were there that night, if you're gonna, if you saw anyone at a hospital, if you're gonna, you know about our injuries, if you're gonna testify to all, if you, listen to me, I'm still talking. When the judge talks, everyone stops for a second. If you stay in here, you're allowed to, but you will not be allowed to testify at the trial. So if there's anything anyone needs you for, you would be barred from testifying. Okay? Mom.
I mean,
Yeah?
Judge, we would request that all of them exit the courtroom, Judge. It's my understanding that I did have communications with the female in the black. She did come to the prior.
And that's the witness's mother.
Yes, correct, Judge. So we asked that she exit the courtroom in the event that she needs to testify at trial.
Yeah, we're just trying to preserve the record and preserve everyone's trial rights.
Okay.
So we have to, if we can get you to go, and that way, if you could testify, I mean, they have a right to be here if they're not anyone's witness.
I'm
but
not a witness.
You
I am.
Yeah, hey, are you talking when I'm talking? You're not talking. All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, their names are on the transcript. If they don't believe they're witnesses and nobody knows who's calling, they're allowed to stay in here. All right, Mr. Shajra, we are back on the, go ahead, if you wanted to say something first.
Just trying to, I would submit, and this is just for clarity of the record, I would submit that all of these people very likely may be witnesses in this case based on the information that I have in discovery and also social media, et cetera. So
All right,
I'm
is
just
that-
making a record of that if anyone, again, there's GoFundMe's, there's many Facebook and social media posts about this case. There's a lot of stuff and I recognize faces of people who are on there.
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, Judge.
All right, I'm sorry, all three of you are going to have to step out. We want to make sure, no, you can talk to the attorney outside after the exam. But for now, I need to continue this exam orderly. And if both attorneys agree you could potentially be witnesses, I have to ask you to step outside. Okay? Thank you. All right, now, Mr. Shajra, if you remember what your last question was, good luck. You're back up.
So you indicated prior to that the defendant in this case then approached you at the gas station.
Yes,
Oh.
but
That's the only question, man. Don't elaborate. So what, if anything, did he do when he approached you at the gas station?
I don't remember.
Okay. So at that point, were you able to receive any medical aid?
No.
What did you do?
We went back to a room.
To a room?
Yeah.
What room?
The room my aunt paid for. A room that my aunt paid for me to sleep my head at night.
Okay. So
I could shower and take a bath.
okay. So at any point, did you go to the hospital?
The next day.
Okay. Were you able to take photos of your injuries?
Yeah.
Okay. Judge, if people are approaching the witness, which has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 1 through 4.
Okay, you may.
So man, take a look at these photos. Are you familiar with these photos?
Yeah.
And what are these photos of?
My wife.
You indicated, speaking to the mic.
My wife.
Okay, and is this the area where you were burnt?
Yeah.
Okay, and did you in fact take these photos?
Yeah.
And is this a true and accurate depiction of these photos on the night of the incident?
Yes.
Okay, and have they been altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
Okay, now let me go through each photo with you. So photo number 1. Can you describe this photo?
That is me going in the bathroom to get myself clean.
Okay, and is that a photo of your left leg?
Yeah.
Okay. People's Proposed Exhibit number 2, what is this?
Left side.
Okay, sorry.
What, little louder,
Speaking to
ma'am.
the
Left side.
Left side.
People 3
Left side.
and People's Proposed Exhibit number 4.
After going on.
Okay, this was inside of the hospital?
No, it's in the room.
Okay. Judge, at this time, do people move to publish the photos?
All right, well, are you moving for their admission? Any?
I don't have an objection to their admission, I just have some questions. I guess I can cover it myself. My main question was the date. I'll cover it.
Okay, but no objection to the.
No objection to that.
All right,
Judge, if people move to admit and publish.
all right, they're admitted. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are admitted.
So you ultimately went to the hospital, correct, due to the burns?
Yes.
And can you describe the extent of your injuries?
I was burned to death, like my whole butt, my leg, and like.
Do you know what degree burns
I
are?
was in a lot of pain, and I kept waking up and.
Ma'am, do you know what degree burns is?
Yeah, second.
There's no further questions for this witness.
Cross. Now, Miss Patton, make sure you look at me, Miss Patton, okay? Just listen to the question and just answer the question, okay? All right.
Morning, Dr. How long had you and Mr. Danner been in a relationship before this this evening?
3 years, 2.5.
So about 3 years, three and a half. Oh, 2.5.
Well, that answers the question. They were in a relationship, which makes a lot more sense. I don't know why he. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna pretend to understand what happened because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what else to say, so let's just play.
And on this date, I just want to make sure we're clear as to who exactly was present. This all occurred at my client's sister's home. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Her name is Lisa, right?
Lisa.
Okay. So you, Charles, and some other people are at that house. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than you and Charles, there's a gentleman that goes by the nickname of Solo, correct?
Yeah.
And his first name is Mark, right?
I don't know.
Fair enough. And there was another gentleman there too, correct?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Mike Jones.
I'm sorry?
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones? And does he have a nickname?
No, that is his real name.
No,
Chops.
you call him Chops?
Yeah. He was in the back, so he's not a witness.
Okay. When you say he was in the back, what do you mean?
And he was in the backyard. Solo was out there putting me out. He was not in the front yard at all. Look at the door cam.
All right. I'll wait for the next question, okay, Miss Patton?
You talk about the door camera, what are you speaking of? Lisa's home has a Ring video camera?
Yeah.
Have you observed the video from that Ring video camera?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry?
I deleted his whole family. I don't want nothing to do with them.
Okay. You said immediately after this incident that you called Monica,
Yeah.
and that's the defendant's sister, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then I believe you said actually that Solo was the person who actually called Monica?
Yeah.
Just so we're clear.
both on the phone with her.
I'm sorry?
She was on speaker. We were both on the phone with her.
Okay. Okay. All right. And this is at the gas station, right?
No, this is at Burger King.
At Burger King. Okay. All right, I'm gonna back up a bit. Other than Mike Jones, who goes by the nickname Chops, Solo, Charles, Mr. Danner, and yourself, was there anyone else present at the home?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, what about
I
Lisa?
think Mike Jones was in the back. Lisa was in the house.
She was present?
Yeah. She don't come out the house. She has social anxiety.
She was inside of the house?
Yeah, she didn't see nothing.
We understand she's saying that. We don't, she's, okay, all right.
While you were at the home, did you ever see Lisa?
No.
You saw?
Before that, when I was trying to get my things and he was about to put them in the fire pit, I got video of that too. And him, you wanna bring it all up?
Okay, so at some point, you did see Lisa?
Yeah, when she came out the door and told me to get, I said, well, tell me to give me my stuff and I'll leave.
Lisa asked you
I
to
got a lot of stuff everywhere.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding.
Listen to the question, Miss Patton. Let's get through this, okay? Listen to the question.
It sounded like you said that Lisa asked you to leave, and your response was,
Get my stuff
ma'am, can I finish?
Ma'am, Miss Patton, just let him finish the question and then you can fix it, okay? Then you can answer. Go ahead.
My understanding, I'm trying to understand what you said. I believe you said that Lisa had asked you to leave and that you indicated that you wanted your stuff before you would leave. Is that accurate?
And the stuff that was in the backyard, there's still stuff in the van too.
Okay, all right. What I'm asking am I right in saying that you said that Lisa had asked you to leave?
She asked me to, but I asked for my things. I'm not leaving without all my medication and all my things. My personal, he's already stolen my identity before.
All right, just ma'am,
So you told Lisa you would leave when you got your stuff?
Yeah,
Okay, next question.
And the stuff that you were asking for was located where exactly?
there was a backpack in his van and there was a backpack in the backyard.
Did
They're both pink.
the backpack in the van or from the backyard, did that ever get moved to the front yard?
No. He was gonna light it on fire.
I'm sorry?
He was gonna light it on fire.
Where was he gonna light it on fire at?
On fire.
Ma'am, you have to let me finish so that you can understand my question. My question is, where are you claiming that my client was going to light your backpack on fire? Where?
There was one in the backpack, there was one in the backyard, and there was a backpack in the van.
What I'm asking is, where were they located when you
The
say
backpack
he was?
in the backyard, I mean.
Okay, and what steps did Mr. Danner take, if any, that you claim that he was going to set your stuff on fire?
He was gonna throw it in the fire pit.
No, ma'am, I'm not asking what he was gonna do. I'm asking, what did he do? What did he actually do that indicated to you that he was gonna set your stuff, items on fire?
He threw it right above the fire pit.
He threw it right above the fire pit?
Yeah, and he should, just a lot of things.
And ma'am, Miss Patton, you're talking about the backpack that was in the backyard, not the backpack that was in
Yeah, the
the,
one that was in the backyard.
okay, not the one that was in the van.
The backpack that was in the van, was it in the van when the van caught fire?
Yeah,
Did it burn up in the van?
yeah.
Okay, so, am I correct in understanding that you did not recover that or anything in the backpack?
No, it was dust.
Okay, we've heard a lot about a black dress. When did you last see the black dress?
When I had to throw it in the trash can.
You threw it into a trash can, correct?
Yeah, that's where he made me throw it.
Who's he?
Charles Danner.
Let me get this clear. My client, Mr. Danner, I assume this dress was no longer on your body, correct?
No,
Okay,
it was halfway
But-
burned up.
okay. Where did you take the dress off?
I don't remember.
Okay. At some point you took the dress off though, right?
Yeah,
And when you took the dress off, what were you wearing?
I don't remember.
Okay, and
I remember getting dressed and going to a hotel room, that's it.
okay, you remember getting dressed where?
I don't remember. I just said I don't remember.
No,
I don't
listen,
remember.
listen. Miss Patton, it's okay, just take a breath. Listen. What he's asking is, I think.
Oh, no, Solo put a
Listen,
sweater on.
Yep, I know you told us Solo wrapped a sweater around you, and then you said at the gas station that someone gave you a pair of pants. So do you know, and if the answer is I don't remember, just say, listen to me though. Do you know if you threw the dress away at the gas
Yeah.
station?
No, at Lisa's.
At Lisa's house? Okay.
Yes.
Grizzly, I saw your comments. You're not wrong. She's not a good witness. And yeah, just because she's a victim doesn't mean she's a good witness. This is the probable cause conference, I believe. And so they're not even to that point yet. She might not testify during the trial or whatever they decide to do. She might not do that. But this is a good trial run that the defense can train her on answering the questions better, being a little bit more clear. All they're trying to do is what is it? I don't even remember it's not. I can't even remember the term for it's more likely it happened than not. I can't remember the legal term for that. I know someone's probably going to say it in the chat in a second, but that's all they have to prove right now, right? To go to trial or to move forward. So yeah, but I agree with you. She's not a great witness, but she very well could just be way over emotional about this, and she doesn't like talking about it. I have no idea. All right, let's go.
So, and I'm not, ma'am, if you don't remember, you don't remember. I'm just asking the questions. What I was asking is, and now you've already said you don't remember where you took the dress off, right?
I do. I just said I took it off at Lisa's.
Okay. You took the dress off at Lisa's. And at some point you put on some clothes, right?
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And where did you put on clothes?
I don't remember.
Was it at Lisa's after?
No, it was Solo put the sweater around me. That's how I had clothes. And then I went to the gas station, someone gave me a pair of pants.
Okay. All right, she's answered. That's the best answer you're gonna get. She doesn't, that's what she remembers.
You remember Mr. Danner making you throw this dress into the trash. That's your testimony. I'm sorry?
Because it was burnt to change.
What I'm asking is,
No,
do you,
no one, he did, but he didn't.
All right,
He told me, take that off, it's burnt. You gotta take that off before you go to the hospital. Because he burnt me. Come on now.
no, Miss Patton, though, we're trying to, listen, Miss Patton. Miss Patton, it's almost over, okay? You're almost done, but you gotta calm down. Take a breath.
Well, Solo can.
No, listen. It's okay. Nobody remembers everything. Nobody's holding it against you, but he's got a right to ask you questions. So but listen, here's what's happening. Everyone's getting ahead of themselves. Let him ask the whole question before you answer it. Let's give it a try, okay? What's your next question, Mr. Bicker?
thank you. At some point, you have some clothes on and you are back at Lisa's house, correct? Pam?
Getting my stuff.
Ma'am, my question is, are
What
you?
time?
Well, here, after you went to the gas, Miss Patton,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
want to
back there.
do, shh, listen. After you went to the gas station and then you said you were walking back and that's when you saw I'm talking, then you said you saw Mr. Danner, right?
Yeah.
And then where did you go? Did you go back to Lisa's
Went back
then?
with him.
You,
To
we
Lisa's.
did. And then
Okay,
when I wanted my stuff to go.
all right,
It wasn't happening.
okay, all right. That's all he's trying to figure out. Next question.
and your testimony is that you, Solo, and Mr. Danner walked together back to the home. That's your testimony?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a
Yeah,
yes?
we did.
Okay. From where?
From the gas station.
Okay. Do you recall which gas, and I know you might
Yeah, the
not.
marathon.
Okay, all right. When you returned back to Lisa's, was Chop still there?
Not that I remember. No, I did not see Chops. Chops did.
When you got back to Lisa's, was Solo there? Did he stay with, was he there?
Solo wasn't there yet.
I'm sorry.
I thought he walked with you.
No, he did not walk back with me and Corey. No, I said that wrong. He did not walk back with me and Corey. Me and Corey walked back alone. He came back alone.
When you say Corey, you're speaking to my client, Charles Danner?
Charles Danner.
And you sometimes call him Corey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Is that a yes?
Yes.
okay. Just so we're clear, I don't mean to belabor the point. Solo did or did not return to Lisa's with you and Mr. Danner?
Yeah, he did came back way later on.
Okay, so he did not walk with you, but later he then
Came
arrived?
back, yeah,
Okay,
to get his things and go. His stuff wasn't on.
All right, we got it.
you know Solo to be a gentleman that was homeless, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, so when you're saying his stuff, that's like all the stuff that he has, is that fair? Or at least to your knowledge?
no, his stuff, yeah,
Okay, all right. Mr. Danner was also homeless at the time, correct?
yeah,
His van was pretty much his most valuable possession, is that fair?
I guess,
Okay, and mostly everything that he owned was in that van, is that fair?
yeah.
Okay, the van that burned up in the fire, correct? Claim started because he poured gas on you in the van, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Ma'am, what day did you take the pictures that the court has seen?
the day of. The following day, my bad. The day of or the next day, because it goes into 3, 4, 5.
When you say 3, 4, 5, what do you mean?
That's the next day.
I understand, in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of these events are happening in the middle of the night, is that accurate?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
I have to go look back and I don't have that Facebook. I don't remember.
Okay.
Sorry.
Would I be correct in saying that everything that happened did occur at nighttime?
What's
the
everything?
dark.
It's such a vague question.
That's
Are
fair,
you
okay.
saying that
I'm
the
sorry.
fire and
I'm
her
sorry.
going to the gas station
That's
and going
fair.
back to Lisa's?
That's fair. That's too bad.
That all happened at the same night?
Yep, all the same.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to establish is that, when you return to Lisa's, the bonfire was still going, correct?
I don't remember, I wasn't looking at the bonfire at that point, I was trying to get my stuff and go.
How long did, okay. And the stuff that you're speaking of is what exactly?
My backpacks,
From the backyard, right?
one in the backyard, one in the van, there's two in the back van.
When you got back to the house, the van was completely engulfed in flames, correct?
So it was gone,
It was already out, right?
but there were still backpacks in the backyard.
Man, my question is, when you returned to the home, the fire was out, correct?
Yep,
Okay, there were no firemen there either, were there?
no.
No police, were there?
No, nothing.
So enough time had passed that all of that had occurred.
I had no phone, no battery charger, no nothing.
And I'm
All
sorry.
right, it's okay, Miss Patton, just look.
Supposed to call the police, there's no phone.
No, Miss Patton, nobody's faulting you for not calling the police. He's just asking questions. It's okay. Just answer the question. You don't have to explain yourself. No one here is here to judge you. We're here to make a record. Go ahead, Mr. Becker.
When you left, the van was on fire, correct?
Yeah,
When you got back, there was no fire, no police, and no firemen, correct?
correct.
Okay. You remained at Lisa's how long? In terms of hours?
Until my friend came and picked us up.
How many hours later was that?
I don't know exactly, I had no phone.
That's okay.
Did you retrieve the item that you, the backpack or whatever that you went to retrieve? Did you leave with the things that you say you went back to get?
I remember having them, but not the clear one. I remember I got that one back, so yeah, I had to at some time, but the other ones, no.
On this night, had you been drinking?
No,
You had nothing to drink on this night?
yeah, I did, but I wasn't as wasted as him.
Okay.
And drinking into the next day.
When I just asked that question, had you been drinking?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay.
All
When I
right, Miss
just,
Patton, listen to me. Look at me real quick. You gotta tell the truth.
We
You
did have a drink.
listen to me. I'm not asking for an answer. You
But I
pro-
was drunk.
listen, I'm talking. You gotta get through this. We'll be here all day. If you answer the questions, this will end, okay? Listen though, you gotta tell the truth, all right? Next question, she said she'd had some drinks. Mr. Bickert, move on.
I like Judge Shackleford. I really do. And I really think she's trying to protect the witness victim. I really think she is. She's trying to get her out of there. She sees that she's emotional. But I think she's given her a lot of leeway here and maybe not dropping the hammer as she would if it wasn't a victim and maybe just a regular witness. But I really respect Judge Shackleford for being patient with her and kind of coaching her through this, because I kind of feel no one else has. So I could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
Oh, come on, move on. Let's go.
other than alcohol, had you used any drugs?
No, what was prescribed
Okay,
was medicated.
okay, and what was that?
Suboxone,
Okay, anything else?
liquor,
Okay,
that's it.
all right, and would it be fair to say that those were taken in close time to each other?
No, not at all. One's in the morning and one's at night.
When did you take the pill?
I take my Suboxone in the morning.
I don't ask what you normally.
She said she took it in the morning.
I said it 3 times.
Now, I'm talking, Miss Patton, you gotta stop, Miss Patton. You gotta stop. She said she took her Suboxone in the morning and she was drinking at night.
Fair enough.
Next question.
Other than those, did you use any other narcotics or any other drugs?
She's asked and answered that.
Okay.
Move on.
Okay. Man, what day in relation to the fire, and I know the fire happened at night, so it kind of carries you know, everything that's going on, I understand then it carries into the next day. Is it that next day that you went to the hospital? Is it the next day after that? What day is it that you actually went to the hospital?
The next day, the following day,
Okay, and who did you go with?
my brother and mom.
Your brother and who?
Mom. My brother and mother.
Anyone else?
No, Charles Danner.
Oh, your,
So Charles Danner went?
Yeah.
that would be anyone, that would be someone else.
She said Charles Danner.
Well, she said no at
She
first.
said no, Charles Danner.
You should know him.
You went,
Okay.
you went with your mother, your brother, and Mr. Danner to the hospital, correct? Okay, who drove?
My brother.
Okay. Where did you go, where did you leave from to go to the hospital?
I went to the hospital.
Where
Oh,
did
after
you?
the hospital, I went back to the room.
No, ma'am.
Where were you before you went?
The room.
Okay, and who was there with you?
Charles Danner.
That's at the Motel 6, correct?
Only us, yeah. No, not me, no.
That's the Telwick?
Yeah, it's all right.
That was a room that he had, correct?
In his name, but I paid for it, yes.
Okay, and the room that you took, that you spoke about, that your aunt got you, is that the Telwick or is that the Motel 6?
That's all right.
Okay, all right. So you, after the fire, you left. At some point you returned with Mr. Danner. And then at some point after that, you leave Lisa's house with Mr. Danner, correct?
Yes.
You go to the
No, I
hotel.
ran and he came to take me.
Ma'am, it's okay, just listen. So then you left her house. Did he go with you to the hotel?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then you stayed there for some number of hours, correct?
At the topic, yes.
Okay,
Okay, wait 1 sec. Okay, next question.
and then is it after that, is that when you go to the hospital? Is that the next thing that happens in this story?
No, I slept through and then it was the next day, so it'd be 2 days after.
Okay,
Or, so, I don't know, you'd have to look
okay,
at the dates. The hospital will not have that.
understand. When you left to go to the hospital, was it from that same hotel room or was it from a new hotel room?
I walked from Talwick to my baby daddy's, and I went to a new one when my aunt picked me up, which is far away. Just here.
So wait, your aunt, before you go to the hospital, Charles goes to the hospital with you, your brother goes to the hospital, and who else? Your mom?
My mom and my.
Where did they pick you up
At
at?
Talwick.
And Mr. Danner got in the car and went with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prior to going to the hospital, at some point you left that Telwick room and went to and got a different room, is that correct?
No, I went to my baby daddy's.
Okay. At the Telwick room, at some point, there's you, Mr. Danner, and another individual, correct?
Huh?
At the Telwick hotel room. After this incident, before you go to the hospital.
How's this relevant? What are you trying to establish? All right, Miss Patton, I don't need commentary. I can figure out my job.
Well,
I mean, how far is this gonna go?
well, it goes to bias and credibility, Your Honor. At the end of the day, motivation and reason why Ms. Patton's testimony might not be.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. I mean, she's been under cross-examination for about 40 minutes, it seems like.
Well, Your Honor, I'm sorry,
Just ask the
I'll
next
ask the
question. Just Mr. Bickert, ask the next question.
That was good. Everyone's been asking that in chat for the last 10 minutes. Why is this relevant? What is going on here? And she was lit on fire. She has burns on her. It's not as if knowing if the crime happened or not. The crime happened. Well, I don't know what the defense attorney's trying to prove here. He just said calling in the credibility of the witness. She was lit on fire. It doesn't matter what her past is. There's a clear crime. So, all right. I look forward to the comment section after this video. I'm going to be reading it all the rest of the day. I know I'm going to. But somebody please answer that. Pulling this witness through the mud, even if you make her name look as bad as you possibly can, there was still a crime committed. How does that defend the fact that this guy lit her on fire? Sorry, it's still allegedly lit her on fire. But somebody please answer that. This is gone beyond ridiculous at this point.
You said that Mr. Danner doused you with gasoline, correct?
Yes,
Okay, and that he retrieved that from inside of the van?
yeah, in the middle,
Okay, and that it soaked your dress, correct?
yeah,
That, do you know if the police ever got a hold of that dress?
yes, they did,
Okay. And have you had a chance to confirm that that was actually the same dress?
yeah,
Okay. You said that you did not know that it was gas, correct?
I didn't know what it was,
And that he lit you on fire with a lighter. Is that, okay, was that like a regular handheld?
I don't remember exactly what kind of lighter, I know it was a lighter and it lit, it caught me on fire.
You,
It was not a match,
it was not a match.
it wasn't a torch, it was a lighter.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. Just a regular handheld lighter like you light cigarettes with. That's what your testimony is. At some point you said that you were on fire and that you could not get out of the van. Do you recall that testimony?
Yes,
Okay. What was it, ma'am, that was preventing you from getting out of the van?
your client,
My client was preventing you from getting out of the van?
he pushed me back and wanted me to catch on fire. He wouldn't let me out, he's like,
Was Mr. Danner in the van?
yes,
How much of the van was on fire at this point?
I don't remember exactly,
When you got back after this, the entire van was burned, correct?
I know I'm next to it,
And the car next to it, right?
yeah,
And your testimony is that Mr. Danner was inside of the van, you were inside the van, and he was forcing you to stay inside the van, and he also was staying inside of the van.
yeah, he wanted to end his life anyway.
Okay.
He was making sure I went with him, not gonna have it hopped out.
All right.
You hopped out and then dropped and rolled on the ground, right?
Yes, I did,
And then it was Solo that helped you after all this, correct?
yes,
And you said that, have you ever spoken to Mike or Solo? Just to be clear, Mike is the guy that you said nickname Chops. Have you spoken to either one of those individuals about your testimony today?
no,
You have not.
no,
You do realize you're under oath.
I haven't talked to either one of them.
Okay.
Maybe Mike Jones, I tried to reach out to him to get him to be a witness, but I got a better witness.
Did you speak to Solo? I believe you said his first, well, you said you didn't know his name, right? You don't
He
know.
said Mike Jones,
Wait a second.
he didn't say Mark, he said Mike Jones.
All right, listen, did you talk to, listen, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a question. Did you talk to Mike Jones?
No, I tried to get him to be a witness after, now that I remember, he added me and I added him back, and I tried to get him to be a witness, but he did not answer, so no, I did not.
Okay,
I reached out.
wait a second. Did you ever reach out to Solo about being a
I
witness?
went and seen him personally at the corner, and he refreshed
Okay.
my memory.
All right. Then the next witness, who'd you say, Mark?
That's Solo.
Oh,
That's-
okay,
that's
all right.
Solo. So now you recall having a conversation with Solo, correct?
Yes, he's my witness.
You spoke with
He
him.
don't have a ride, he don't have nothing.
She's answered the question. Yes, she talked.
She's
to
answered the
Solo.
question two different ways, Your Honor. She first said she didn't speak to anybody, and she didn't speak to Solo. Now she has said that she did speak to Solo.
Well, once it
So
was
I'm trying to just-
clarified, she said she talked to Solo.
Okay, so you spoke to him and you indicated to him what you wanted him to say. Isn't that true?
No,
Okay. Is he here today, by the way? Have you seen him?
no. After this, I'm gonna go get him in 30 minutes.
Oh, you don't have to do that, ma'am. Talk to the prosecutor and the
Yeah.
detective, okay? Ma'am, no more. Go.
When you, and Mr. Danner, or you and Solo, or whoever came back to Lisa's house, did you have any liquor?
No, what we had drunk the night before.
Did you come back to the house, you, Mr. Danner, or Solo, come back to the home after the fire with liquor?
No,
Did you drink after the fire?
at the fire, yeah.
Wait, no, after the fire.
No, I didn't grab no liquor after.
Did you drink? Did you drink alcohol after you came back when the fire in the van was extinguished and the police and the fire department had left? Did you have anything to drink?
What we left. But I don't know, I didn't drink, no, I didn't.
So she's answered, no.
And Mr. Danner was there during that entire time, right? And in fact, at one point he fell asleep, correct?
I don't know what he did.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
What were you
I
doing?
wasn't there, I was at the gas station.
No.
All right, she said she didn't know.
She
Move
said
on.
she doesn't know because she was at the gas station, Your Honor. I'm talking
When
about
you
time.
went back to the house
Yeah.
after the fire, did he walked back?
Yes.
Did he go to sleep then?
Yeah, he did go to bed for a little bit.
And you're there for several hours, correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And how did you leave again? How did you
The next
leave?
day when I woke up.
How did you leave? Isn't it true that you left in a cab with Mr. Danner?
I was running away from him.
All right, ma'am, this is just a question. Did you leave in a cab? Listen, did you leave in a cab that, after
No,
the?
my friend.
Okay.
What friend? Who?
Dan.
Your friend Dan came and picked you up from Lisa's house.
Yeah.
What's Dan's last name?
I don't know his last name. Never asked him.
Hello. Just a quick intermission. Want to show my face for a minute. I know I haven't shaved. You can tell me whatever you want. I don't care. This is insane. This is insane. I know it's very hard to watch. I know a lot of people are saying it's hard to watch, but yeah. I told you that at the beginning. That's why I did the little Felix the Cat, happy clip before this started. It's difficult, but there's only a few minutes left. I just looked. I think there's 6 minutes left of this, and then it's done. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone for coming. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, please. Do jump kick backflips. If you want to donate, links are everywhere. You can do that in the description, on the side. But I'm going to let it play out. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to pause anymore. I'll still be in the chat, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.
You picked you up and took you where?
To the room.
Okay. Did Mr. Danner ride with Dan and you?
He went with us, yes, he did, no way before.
Did he drive in a separate car?
No, he drove with us.
In Dan's car?
Dan's car.
Okay.
Okay. Other than the dress, ma'am, was there any other clothes that you had on that day that was involved in this incident?
No.
Did you ever turn over any clothes or any other items to the police?
No.
Related to this incident? Okay.
No, they came and got it.
Okay, other than Monica, my client's sister, who was the next person that you told what happened?
My aunt,
And your aunt, what would her first name be?
Gina, Gina.
Okay, all right. And did you ever speak to Lisa, the owner of the home, about this incident?
No, I know.
Okay.
She just seen it.
Oh, you said she, what?
There was nothing to talk about. You can see what happened.
Okay.
If not, we'll look at your birthday.
All right, we're done.
I have nothing further.
Any redirect?
There's nothing further for the people, just people rest.
All right, anything, counsel? Any witnesses for defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Shadra, can the witness be excused?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you're excused. If you could just step out in the hallway, Ms. Patton, and the advocates will see you out. Mr. Shadra,
Judge, if people move for bind over and I'll counsel and reserve argument for rebuttal.
all right, Mr. Bickert,
I'm not gonna argue credibility here. The only issue I will bring up though is the intent, Your Honor. My client charged with assault with intent to murder. And I would submit to the court that while the testimony of Ms. Patton certainly was serious, would amount to very serious actions. I don't believe that there's been any showing of a specific intent to murder Ms. Patton in this case. She testified, even if you take her testimony at face value, that she was in the van. There was somehow she's in the van with my client, despite the fact that she's trying to leave with her stuff. That my client put gas on her, in essence, her lower half. Ignited the gasoline that she did not know was gas, apparently could not smell it as gas, and then allegedly lit her on fire with, at least from, I mean, she made some references as to what he wanted or didn't want, but she did not testify as to anything that he said or didn't say that would indicate an intent to kill or an intent to maim or any of those other items. I'm not going to diminish the act that she claims occurred, but I would say that, again, when we're talking about a specific intent to murder versus a intent to cause great bodily harm, I think this case fits squarely within the latter of an assault with intent to great bodily harm. There's been really no showing of an intent to murder in this case. That's my argument. As the other counts, Your Honor, I would object with my argument.
all right. You don't need to respond. The witness testified that prior to pouring gasoline on her, Mr. Danner made a comment to the effect of, I'm going to hell and you're going to heaven. You don't go to hell or heaven until you die. She also testified he poured gasoline on her person, not around her, not next to her. You know what you don't do if you don't want someone to die? You don't pour gas on them. The allegation, this is a probable cause hearing. The allegation is egregious. It's that she's sitting in a vehicle. He poured gasoline on her lap and lit her on fire with a lighter, told her she's going to heaven, he's going to hell. And then she testified he was in the driver's seat and that gasoline was somewhere in the middle. I'm not sure if he got that from the back or in the front. I don't know where the gas was other than in the middle, but it sounded like he was trying to stop her to some degree from leaving the vehicle. And then she was able to get out and put herself out. If lighting someone on fire with gas is not assault with intent to murder, I don't know what is. In a confined space, I mean, that's assault with intent to murder all day long. Listen, she's a difficult witness. She's nervous. She's argumentative. But as to the elements of the offense, I thought her testimony was crystal clear. She seemed to have a really good memory of being set on fire. Maybe, you know, as far as bind over, he's bound over as charged on all counts. Bond will remain the same. And as to the arraignment on the information will occur on
November 6th.
November 6th in person, I believe, at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There we go. That's it. I told you it was a long one. It's almost an hour and a half. Yeah, long one. But it was educational. Very educational. I know it was a hard one to watch. Still interesting. And yeah. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will catch you probably later today. Bye.
Now,